PKI 18-8/2/2021, Jackie, Jimmy, Yangus of Mrs. Letong and Co. PKI 18-8/2/2021, Jackie, Jimmy, Yangus of Mrs. Letong and Co.
May I please, Your Lordship, Jackie Letong for the applicants, and my learned friend, Deangku Fazida from the Sabah Attorney General Chambers, and also Mr. Roger Chin from Sabah Law Society. Right.
Yes, Mr. Jackie, you may proceed with the application.
Your Lordship, the applicant was born on the 27th of May, 1993 at Kota Kinabalu in Sabah. He read law at the University Technology Mara in Shah Alam in 2012 and graduated with Bachelor of Law Honours in July 2017. The applicant commenced his pupillage on the 21st of March 2017 at the chambers of Mrs. Ashraf Al-Hizan, Associate in Shah Alam, under the tutelage of Nurul Shahjana. And upon his completion of his pupillage, the applicant was admitted as advocate and solicitors of High Court of Malaya on the 30th of March 2018. Thereafter, the applicant came back to Sabah and sometimes came back to Sabah sometimes in February 2020, and he commenced his pupillage on the 9th of June at the Sabah Attorney General Chambers. He applied and was granted a partial exemption of 6 months from the period of pupillage, and he was granted so on the 28th of August 2020. And at the end of last year, on the 31st of December 2020, the applicant completed his pupillage. The applicant has also attended civil advocacy training course organized by Sabah Law Society. He has also attended ethics, practice and professional standard course and successfully passed the ethics test. The applicant in this matter has also attended 12 sessions of the Duty Council scheme and 6 sessions of the legal aid scheme organized by Sabah Law Associations. The applicants has 2 testimonial of good character, one provided by Dr. Earl Stanley and another by Cliff Rainer. The applicant has satisfied all conditions of eligibility for admissions as advocate and solicitors in Sabah and Sarawak. in the state of Sabah under sections 4, sub 2, sub C, 4, sub 1, sub A, 4, sub 1A, sub A, 4.2, sub A, 4.2, 4, sub 2, sub B, and sections 5 of the said ordinance. And your lordships, if the Sabah Law Society and the Sabah Attorney General's Chambers have no objections, I pray for and in order in terms of the applications that Jacks, Jimmy, Yangus be admitted and enrolled as advocates and solicitors of Sabah and Sarawak in the state of Sabah.
Pandayangku.
No objections, my lord.
No objections, my lord.
So the application by the petitioner to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate of the High Court of Sabah and Sarawak in the state of Sabah is allowed, and the registrar shall cause the name of the petitioner to be entered on the roll of advocates pursuant to section 6 of the Advocates Ordinance.
Much obliged, my lord. I will now invite Mr. Jacks Jimmy Yangus to read the YVJK undertaking.
I, Jack Jimmy Youngest, IC number 930-527-12-5477, do solemnly promise to participate in Yayasan Bantuan Guaman Kebangsaan YBGK program as and when required to do so, namely 20 YBGK cases in the first 12 months of practice.
And my lordship, may I proceed to robe the applicants in this matter? Sorry.
Excuse me.
The gowning ceremony shall now be performed. The petitioner will be gowned by his master, Mr. Jackie Letong.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Much obliged.
Next, PKI 18-9/2, 2021, Chantel Yan of Messrs. Alex Pang and Co.
May it please your lordship, I'm David Thong, appearing for the petitioner. My lord, my learned friend, Puan Dayangku Fasida Haitun Pengiran Bagu, Senior State Counsel, appears for the Sabah Law, for the State Attorney General's Office. And my learned friend, Mr. Roger Chin, President of the Sabah Law Society, appears for the society, my lord. The papers have been served, my lord. May I inquire whether there are no objections to the papers?
No objections from the state AG, my lord.
No objections, my lord.
I'm pleased with that, my lord. In that case, my lord, I will, if your lordship's permission, I will summarize, my lord, the petitioner's application, if that's all right, my lord.
Yes, you may proceed with the application, Mr.
Yeah.
David.
Yes, my lord. The petitioner, Ms. Chantel Yan, is born in Kota Kinabalu and she's been brought up here. She is a Sabahan. She has Sabah connections under the ordinance. She had a primary education at Datuk Simon Fong And then later on, she proceeded to Chongqing Secondary School, pursued all the way up to the SPM level, my lord. Then she went on to Brickfields Asia College in Kuala Lumpur, and she took the A-level express route course. And she did that in a year, my lord. Now, after she's completed her A-levels, she enrolled in the college's degree transfer program that they had. She completed a 1 year of her law degree in BAC. Thereafter, for her second and third year, she did that in Wales at the Cardiff University. She then passed all her exams, and she's been conferred with a degree of Bachelor of Law, First Class Honours, my lord. Now, after that, my lord, she is a person who's qualified to take the bar professional training course at City University, London. She passed all her exams and was given the grade of very competent. And she was called to the Bar of England and Wales, my lord, on the 25th of July, 2019, with the Honourable Society of Lincoln's Inn. She returned to Sabah, to Kota Kinabalu, and she commenced pupillage under the firm of Alex Pang and Company, under my direction and tutelage, my lord, and I've been a person who is in practice for more than 7 years, my lord. Now, she, by the end of November, she completed her 12 months of pupillage. During this time, my lord, she had general kind of training in litigation, mainly civil litigation, and in conveyancing as well. And that is stated in paragraph 9 of her affidavit. During this period, she completed 12 sessions of duty counsel scheme, 6 sessions of the legal aid scheme organized by the Sabah Law Society. She also participated and passed the Ethics, Practice and Professional Standard course. And she also attended the Advocacy Training course at the Kota Kinabalu complex at that time, my lord. It's still able to do it. And in her application, my lord, we also find the 2 persons who gave certificates of good character to the petitioner, Mr. Vitus Tan and Dr. Boy Guant Im. My lord, all the certificates and the degrees, all attached to the affidavit, my lord. I'm also pleased, my lord, to inform that she does not suffer, my lord, from any of the impediments or disabilities listed in section 4, subsection 2 of the ordinance, my lord. Now, with that, my lord, she is a fit person, my lord, and I would like to pray, Lord Father, for her to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate of the High Court of Sabah and Sarawak.
Wan Dayangku, President, any objection?
Papers are in order, my lord, and there is no objection from the State AG, my lord.
No objections, my lord.
Much obliged.
Okay. The application by the petitioner to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate of the High Court of Sabah and Sarawak in the state of Sabah is allowed, and the registrar shall cause the name of the petitioner to be entered on the roll of advocates pursuant to section 6 of the Advocates Ordinance.
Much obliged, my lord.
With permission, my lord, may the petitioner stand up and take her plea.
I, Chantel Yan, NRIC number 971101-12-5606, do solemnly promise to participate in Yayasan Bantuan Guaman Kebangsaan program as and required to do so, namely 20 YBGK cases in the first 12 months of practice.
The gowning ceremony shall now be performed. The petitioner will be gowned by her parents, Mr. Jeffrey Yi, Madam Beatrice Yap.
My lord, while the gowning ceremony is taking place, the petitioner would just take this precious opportunity to just express her thanks, my lord, to obviously her proud parents there, Mr. Jeffrey Yi and Miss Beatrice Yap. Oh, they have been her greatest cheerleaders. They have supported her throughout. And also, the petitioner has two siblings, Christian and Cheryl. They are also a good cheer for her during this long toil to qualify as a lawyer. Her grandparents, as always, for the support that they've given to her, their inspiration, and also their prescription to always work very hard. And of course, the thanks to all her uncles and aunties throughout the globe. They are all over the globe, and they have taken care of her wherever she had been. Now, my lord, she also want to thank her friends who have supported her in her cause, and finally also for the lawyers and the staff in Alex Power and Company who had patiently guided her the last 12 months, my lord. Thank you, my lord.
Congratulations.
Next case, BKI 18-10/2-2021, Tham Poh Jin or Mrs. Ho Chong Yong.
May I please the court?
You may proceed, Mr. Jeremy.
All right. May I please the court, Jeremy Ho for the applicant, Puan Dayang Ku Fasida for State Attorney General Chambers, and Mr. Roger Chin, Sabah Law Society President. Today is fixed for an application for admission for Ms. Tham Poh Jin as an advocate of the High Court in Sabah and Sarawak in the state of Sabah. But before I proceed, I wish to ask my learned friends whether they have any objection to this petition.
No objections from the state AG, my lord.
No objections, my lord.
Thank you, my learned friends. The applicant today is a Malaysian citizen of full age and was born in Kiningau on the 20th of August 1994, and therefore is deemed to have a Sabah connection as provided under Section 2, Bracket 2, Bracket A of the Advocate Ordinance. In June 2018, the applicant completed her studies in University Putra Malaysia, UUM, and was conferred the degree of Bachelor of Laws, LLB, on the 14th of November 2018, and hence has satisfied the requirement under Section 4, Bracket 1, Bracket CA of the Advocate Ordinance. On the 4th of November 2018, the applicant commenced her pupillage in the chambers of Messiah's Ui Naima Law Office in Alostar, Kedah, and she duly completed her pupillage of 9 months and was admitted as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya on the 20th of October 2019. On August 2020, The applicant was granted a partial exemption of 6 months from the period of pupillage or reading in chambers under Section 4, Bracket 1B, Bracket B of the Advocate Ordinance. With this partial exemption order, the petitioner or the applicant here is only required to read in the chambers of a qualified advocate for a period of 6 months in order to fulfill the requirement under Section 4, Bracket 1A said ordinance. Thus, from the 3rd of August 2020 until the 3rd of February 2021, the applicant has been reading in the chambers of Zayas Ho Chong Yong under the tutelage of Mr. Ho Kin Kong as a pupil master. A pupil master is an advocate who is and has been in active practice in Sabah for a period of more than 36 years, immediately prior to the date of commencement of her pupillage. During her pupillage in chambers, she had received instructions and guidance on matters such as drafting of statement of claims, statement of defense, pleadings, preparing a bundle of authorities, application for replacement of lost title, and general legal research. The applicant has also attended and completed 12 sessions duty council and 6 sessions of the legal aid scheme organized by the Sabah Law Society at the Sabah Law Society office. The applicant also attended the Ethics, Practice and Professional Standard course organized by Sabah Law Society on the 10th and 11th September 2020 and have passed the test. The applicant has also registered for the Civil Advocacy Training course organized by the Sabah Law Society that was scheduled to take place on the 6th and 7th of February 2021. However, the said course was postponed due to the movement control order imposed by the government following the pandemic. I believe that the applicant will undertake to attend the said course in the next session. As at the date hereof, the petitioner has not been disbarred, struck off, suspended, or in any other manner is entitled to practice as an advocate or legal practitioner by whatsoever name and style designated in any territory within the Commonwealth, and is not subject to any present or pending disciplinary proceedings in connection with her practice as an advocate or legal practitioner. And she has also not been convicted and is not subject to any pending present criminal proceedings involving dishonesty in any territory within the Commonwealth, and such has satisfied the requirement under Section 4, Bracket 2, Bracket A of the Advocates Ordinance. The applicant is also not an undischarged bankrupt or subject to any bankrupt proceedings within the Commonwealth, and therefore satisfy the requirement under Section 4, Bracket 2, Bracket B of the Advocate Ordinance. I believe that the applicant has satisfied the conditions of eligibility for admission as an advocate of the High Court in Sabah and Sarawak in the state of Sabah. And I believe that the applicant is desirous of being admitted and enrolled as an advocate of the High Court in Sabah and Sarawak pursuant to Section 6 of the Advocate Ordinance. And therefore, we pray and I respectfully pray for an order in terms of the originating summons filed hearing.
Ms. Puan Dayanko Fazida, any objection to the application?
Papers are in order and no objections, my lord.
Mr. Roger Chin.
My lord, as long as the undertaking is actually placed in the order itself, no objections, my lord.
So the application by the petitioner to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate of the High Court of Sabah and Sarawak in the state of Sabah is allowed. And the registrar shall cause the name of the petitioner to be entered on the roll of advocates pursuant to Section 6 of the Advocates Ordinance.
Much obliged, Young.
With permission, my lord, may the petitioner stand up and take her plea.
I, Tham Poh Jin, NRIC number 940820 126726, do solemnly promise to participate in Yayasan Bantuan Guaman Kebangsaan YBGK program as and when required to do so, namely 20 YBGK cases in the first 12 months of practice.
The gowning ceremony shall be now performed. The petitioner will be gowned by her parents, Madam Riza Sorenstam,
Congratulations.
Thank you, Yang Arif.
Next, BKI 18-11/2 2021, Edgar Alexander Tudos of Mrs. James Ghani and Co.
Yes, Council, you may proceed with the application.
Good morning, and may it please you, my lord. Marianne Ghani, appearing for the applicant today, and my learned friends, Puan Dayanku Faziza, Hatun Pengiran Bagul, appears for the State Attorney General Chambers, and my learned friend, the President of the Sabah Law Society, Mr. Roger Chin, appears for SLS. Today's application by OS, my lord, is in enclosure 1. It's my great pleasure to present the application of the applicant, Mr. Edgar Alexander Tudos. The affidavit in support is in enclosure 3, my lord. If I may proceed, my lord.
Yes, you may proceed.
Thank you, my lord. The applicant, Mr. Edgar, is a Malaysian citizen of Sabah origin, having been born in Sabah on the 15th of October in the year 1991. In the premises, he therefore, having been domiciled and ordinarily resident in Sabah, complies and falls within the meaning of section 22A and 42C under the Advocate's Ordinance. The applicant graduated with a Bachelor of Laws in the year 2019 from University Technology Mara in Shah Alam. Prior to that, he had a diploma in public administration, also from UTM. And he's also a graduate from SNK Lasal Tanjung Aru. My Lord, the applicant, Mr. Edgar, commenced his pupillage with the State Attorney General's Chambers on the 2nd of January last year, 2020. During the course of Mr. Edgar's during his pupillage with the SAG's Chambers, he has undergone training and has been exposed to matters of civil litigation, including drafting advisory matters. He's also been involved in the drafting of letters of advice, submissions, affidavits, and even cabinet papers and correspondences and minutes of meeting. My Lord, the applicant, Mr. Edgar's pupil master, is the Honourable State Attorney General, Dayanku Nur Asia binti Muhammad Yusuf. Datuk, I apologize, Datuk Nur Asia binti Muhammad Yusuf, my Lord. Further to that, my Lord, the applicant has also had the opportunity of assisting the State Attorney General Chambers and their officers and their drafting unit with regards to the COVID-19 bill. My Lord, the applicant, Mr. Edgar, has completed the required 12 sessions as duty counsel under the legal aid scheme organised by the SLS, and he's also attended and successfully completed the advocacy training course, also organised by SLS in August 2020. My Lord, the applicant has also successfully passed the Ethics, Practice and Professional Standard course organised by SLS in September 2020. Attached to the applicant's affidavit in support, my Lord, are testimonials of good character from a Mr. Rudolph David and also a Miss Rachel Angan. My Lord, the applicant has until to date not been disbarred, struck off, suspended, or in any way disentitled to practice as an advocate or legal practitioner. Nor has he been subject to any pending nor present proceedings which may involve dishonesty in any territory within the Commonwealth. And therefore, he has satisfied the requirements under Section 42A of the Advocates Ordinance. The applicant is not a bankrupt, nor is he subject to any bankruptcy proceedings either. My Lord, it is therefore the submission of the applicant that he has satisfied all the conditions for eligibility for admission as an advocate of the High Court in Sabah and Sarawak in the state of Sabah under the relevant sections of the Advocates Ordinance. And he is desirous of being admitted and enrolled as an advocate of this honourable court here in Sabah and Sarawak in the state of Sabah. May I inquire with my learned friends whether there are any objections to the application before this honourable court?
No objections from the State AG, my Lord.
No objections, my Lord.
Much obliged. Thank you, my learned friends. My Lord, the applicant would now like to read out his undertaking to the court with regards to the YBGK program.
I haven't yet, just hold on. The application by the petitioner to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate of the High Court of Sabah and Sarawak in the state of Sabah is allowed, and the registrar shall cause the name of the petitioner to be entered on the roll of advocates pursuant to Section 6 of the Advocates Ordinance.
Much obliged, my Lord. Thank you. The undertaking will now be given by the applicant. Apologies for my jumping the gun just now, my Lord.
I, Edgar Alexander Tudos, NRIC number 9110 15-12-5357, do solemnly promise to participate in Yayasan Bantuan Guaman Kebangsaan YBGK program as and when required to do so, namely 20 YBGK cases in the first 12 months of practice.
If it may please you, my lord, the applicant would like to be robed by his parents.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much, my lord. My lord, if we may, my lord, the applicant would just like to say a word of thanks and gratitude to his parents, Mr. Alex and Madam Lalitha, and in particular to his three siblings, Alexander, Alexita, Alitha, and to his significant other, Miss Bernadette, and for all their support, for their tremendous support during his journey to this day. And also his thanks and appreciation and gratitude to the Lord as well. Thank you very much, my lord.
Thank you.
Next, BKI 18-12/2/2021, Jennifer Lok Pocho of Messrs. Lauren Chang and Co.
May it please your lordship, I'm David Thong, appearing for the petitioner, Ms. Lok. My learned friend, Puan Dayangku Fasida, Pengiran Bago, Senior State Counsel for the State Attorney General, and my learned friend, Mr. Roger Chin, President of the Sabah Law Society, appears for the society, my lord. The papers have all been served on both the State AG and the Law Society. May I inquire whether there are any objections to the application?
No objections from the State AG, my lord.
No objections, my lord.
Okay.
Much obliged, my lord. My lord, may I start to introduce the petitioner now?
Yes, you may proceed.
Thank you, my lord. Right. The petitioner, Jennifer, hails from Tawau, my lord. She lived there for most of her life, had her primary education there at the Singhua Tawau School, and then later on a secondary education at the SM St. Patrick. She is born there, so she has Sabah connections. She's a Sabahan. After her SPM and STPM, she furthered her tertiary education at the University Science Malaysia Penang. And she obtained a Bachelor of Social Science in 2004, my lord. Then she worked for various companies, my lord, in Penang, Tawau, Singapore, and Kota Kinabalu, before she enrolled to do the course in University of London under the external program. She finished the degree and was conferred with degree LLB honors with second class lower on the 1st of August 2018. Then she commenced studies for the Certificate of Legal Practice at the Advanced Tertiary College, Petaling Street, Kuala Lumpur. And she passed, and it was in 2018 and was conferred the Certificate of Legal Practice, third class, on the 1st of August 2018. Then, my lord, she returned to in KK here. She commenced pupillage with the firm of Roland Cheng and Company under the instruction and supervision of Mr. Roland Cheng Ho Wah. I may also disclose that the pupil master is also her husband. So, my lord, she's not only married a lawyer, but literally married into the law now with 12 months of pupillage under the able supervision of Mr. Cheng. During that period, my lord, she did mostly civil litigation work and with some conveyancing, which is listed in paragraph 10 of her affidavit, my lord. She also attended and completed, my lord, the 12 sessions of duty counsel scheme, 6 sessions of the legal aid scheme organized by the Sabah Law Society. She attended and passed the legal ethics professional standard course in the March 2020 sitting, my lord. And she also took part in the civil advocacy training course in August last year. There are 2 testimonials of good character, one by Mr. Joshua Ho and the other by Mr. Harry Wong, and their testimonials of good character are exhibited in the affidavit. I'm also pleased to inform my lord that she does not suffer from any of the disabilities or impediments listed in section 4, subsection 2A and B of the Advocates Ordinance. My lord, in the premises, may I humbly pray for her to be admitted and to be enrolled as an advocate of the High Court in Sabah and Sarawak.
Wandayangku Fazil.
Papers are in order, my lord, and no objection from the State AG.
Mr. Roger Chin.
No objections, my lord. No objections, my lord.
The application by the petitioner to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate of the High Court of Sabah and Sarawak in the state of Sabah is allowed, and the registrar shall cause the name of the petitioner to be entered on the roll of advocates pursuant to section 6 of the Advocates Ordinance.
Much obliged, my lord.
With permission, my lord, may the petitioner stand up and take her plea.
I, Jennifer Lokpoju, and RIC number 800617125512, do solemnly promise to participate in Yayasan Bantuan Government Kebangsaan program as and when required to do so, namely 20 YBGK cases in the first 12 months of practice.
The gowning ceremony shall now be performed. The petitioner will be gowned by her master, Mr. Roland Cheng.
My lord, while the proud husband gowns her wife, may I, on behalf of the petitioner, say a few words of thanks. Obviously, first on her list is Mr. Roland Cheng. Her dear husband who has supported her all throughout this time of studies, especially, my Lord, I've been told, when she has to go over to sit for her CLP exams, my Lord. Mr. Chang has been busy looking after their two young children. So she's very grateful for that. She's also grateful to her mother, who had encouraged and supported her all this time. My Lord, thank you, my Lord.
Congratulations, Miss Jennifer and also Mr. Roland Chang.
Much obliged, my Lord.
Next case, PKI 18-13/2, 2021, Elton John of Mercersley and Associates.
Yes, counsel, you may proceed.
Please, my Lord, can you hear me? Can I be heard?
Yes, yes. You may
Thank you,
proceed.
Yes. My name is Peter Lee, appearing for the petitioner Elton John, his petition. My learned friend, Puan Dayangku Falsida, appears for the State Attorney General. And my learned friend, Mr. Roger Chin, President of the Sabah Law Society, appears for the Sabah Law Society. My Lord, the papers have all been served on both the State Attorney General and also the Sabah Law Society. May I inquire whether they're in order and whether there's any objection, my Lord?
Papers are in order, my Lord, and no objections from the State AG.
Mr. Roger?
No objections, my Lord.
I'm much obliged, my Lord. May I now proceed to introduce the petitioner briefly. My Lord, the petitioner was born is a Malaysian citizen of full age and of Sabah origin. He was born in Kota Kinabalu, Sabah on the 3rd of September 1996 and have been living in Sabah since then with both his parents, having Sabah origin as well, thus have Sabah connections pursuant to Section 2(2)(a) of the Advocate Ordinance. My Lord, the petitioner's parents have given the petition a famous name of Elton John, but actually 50% of it originated from his own family name of John. Happily, the petitioner has chosen the path of the legal profession as he aspired to become an advocate of the High Court of Sabah and Sarawak, rather than the profession of his famous namesake. Nevertheless, my Lord, both professions command one's attribute of strong and vibrant vocal cord, and I'm confident that the petitioner possesses such attribute or will acquire it in the course of his chosen profession as an advocate. My Lord, the petitioner was admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Laws at the National University of Malaysia on 2nd November 2019. and he commenced reading in chambers of Mr. Lee Associates on 4th December 2019 under my tutelage. My Lord, the petitioner attended the advocacy training course organized by the Borneo Advocacy Training Center together with the Sabah Society on 22nd and 23rd of February 2020. He had also attended the etiquette, practice and professional standard course conducted by the Sabah Law Society on the 10th and 11th September 2020 and taken and passed the exam of the course on 14th September 2020. The petitioner also attended 6 sessions of the legal aid clinic at the Sabah Law Society Secretariat and also assisted in the Deputy Counsel Yayasan Bantuan Guaman Kebangsaan scheme at the Kota Kinabalu Court Complex 12 times pursuant to Practice Direction 1/2015, dated 24 February 2015. My Lord, the applicant also produced evidence of his good characters pursuant to Section 5B of the Advocate Ordinance by 2 recent testimonials of Mrs. Roslinda Muhammad Fazil and Mr. Muhammad Shaswan Shah bin Muhammad Ali. The petitioner have completed his pupillage and fulfilled the requirement of 1 year being a pupil to a master having in practice of not less than 7 years immediately prior to his commencement of pupillage on 4th December 2020. The petitioner is desirous of being admitted as an advocate and solicitors of the High Court of Sabah and Sarawak in the state of Sabah. And he intends to practice as an advocate and solicitors in the state of Sabah upon admission as an advocate at the High Court of Sabah and Sarawak. My Lord, pursuant to Section 4.2 of the Advocates Ordinance, the petitioner has not been disbarred, struck off, suspended, or in any other manner is entitled to practice as an advocate in any territory within the Commonwealth. And he is not subject to any present or pending disciplinary proceedings in connection with his practice. He is also not an undischarged bankrupt, nor subject to any bankruptcy proceedings within the Commonwealth. My Lord, in conclusion, I humbly pray for an order in terms for petition to be admitted as an advocate of High Court of Sabah and Sarawak. I am much obliged.
Any
No
objection?
objections, my lord.
Mr. Roger Chu?
No objections, my lord.
Lord, the petitioner be governed by my learned friend, Miss Alice Lim.
The application by the petitioner to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate of the High Court of Sabah and Sarawak in the state of Sabah is allowed. And the registrar shall cause the name of the petitioner to be entered on the roll of advocates pursuant to Section 6 of the Advocates Ordinance.
With permission, my Lord, may the petitioner stand up and take his seat.
I, Elton John, IC number 960903, 125081, do solemnly promise to participate in Yayasan Bantuan Guaman Kebangsaan YBGK program as and when required to do so, namely 20 YBGK cases in the first 12 months of practice.
The gowning ceremony shall now be performed. The petitioner will be gowned by Miss Alice Lim.
Congratulations, Mr. Elton.
Thank you, my Lord.
Next case, PKI 18-14/2, 2021, Felda Meldora Anthony of Mercer's Group, Robert Marcus and Co.
Council, you may proceed.
May it please your lordship, my name is Priscilla Ruth Marcus, appearing for the petitioner. My learned friends, Puan Dayangku Fazida, Deputy State Attorney General on behalf of the Sabah State Attorney General Chambers. My learned friend, Mr. Roger Chin, President of SLS. Your Lordship, the papers have been served on the AG and SLS. May I know from my learned friends whether they have any objections to the application?
No objections from State AG, my lord.
No objections, my lord.
Thank you very much. Your Lordship, it is my honor to move this call for Ms. Felda Meldora Anthony for an order that she be admitted to the Sabah Bar. May I have the honor of giving a brief introduction to Ms. Anthony. She is a Sabahan, a Dusun girl from Ranau. She is 27 years old. She started her early education in primary Sekolah Kebangsaan Kinirasan Ranau. Thereafter, she moved to SMK Matsali, Ranau for her secondary education. Then, for 4 years, from the year 2014 to the year 2018, she read law at the UUM, University Utara Malaysia in Sinto, Kedah, where she obtained her Bachelor of Laws on the 14th of November 2018. Your Lordship, she first commenced her pupillage in the year 2019 in the chambers of Mrs. Zainal Associates under the direction, guidance, and instruction of her master, Mr. Zainal, an advocate of more than 7 years practice. Then she took a break for 9 months while she waited for her application to join the Sabah State Attorney General Chamber. When she was chambering under the state AG, she has the benefit of being under the direction, guidance, and instruction of 3 state attorney generals. Firstly, under Datu Zaliha Ros Pandin, subsequently under Datu Brandon Keith, and now under Datu Norasia binti Yusuf. She has therefore completed more than 12 months of her pupillage. Ms. Anthony has also attended various training courses organized by Sabah Law Society, including Civil Advocacy Training Course, 6 sessions of Legal Aid and Duty Counsel, and courses on ethics, practice, and professional standard. In support of this application, 2 recent testimonials of good character are annexed to this application. One from Mr. Raidi Jupilin from College Vocational Lahadatu, and another from Madam Ainil Diana Abu Bakar from the Ministry of Rural Development. Ms. Anthony is not a bankrupt, nor is she a subject of any bankruptcy proceeding. She is not a subject of any criminal proceedings or suffer any legal impediments. In the premises Your Lordship, Ms. Anthony is fit, proper, and eligible to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Sabah and Sarawak. In the premises, I pray for an order that she be admitted and enrolled in the role of advocates pursuant to Section 6 of the Advocates Ordinance, Sabah Cap 2. Much obliged, Your Lordship.
Dayangku Fazira, any objection?
No objections, my lord.
Mr. Roger Chin?
No objections, my lord.
So the application by the petitioner to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate of the High Court of Sabah and Sarawak in the state of Sabah is allowed. And the registrar shall cause the name of the petitioner to be entered on the roll of advocates pursuant to Section 6 of the Advocates Ordinance.
Much obliged, Your Lordship.
With permission, my lord, may the petitioner stand up and take her plea. May the petitioner take your plea now. Wow. Next. Shall we proceed to next case? 18-15/2, 2021, Analin Philip Lee of versus ECL Associates.
Morning, Your Honor. Testing. Testing. May it please the court. My name is Petitions Nianti, appearing for the petitioner Analin Philip Lee. My learned friend Dayangku Fazida binti Pangeran Bagul, Deputy Attorney General for SAG. Roger Chin, President of Sabah Law Society. on behalf of SLS. We believe all papers are in order and has been served to respective parties. And we believe there is no objections, and we inquire from my learned friend whether to confirm with the same.
No objections, my lord.
Mr. Roger Chin.
No objections, my lord.
Thank you. My lord, with the court permissions, I wish to state briefly the application herein, as the very details has been put in the affidavit in support in enclosure number 2.
Yes,
my lord, thank you very much. The petitioner is a Sabahan. We confirm that he is a Sabahan. She's a Seno Kadazan. He born in Penampang, Sabah. Her parents also a Sabahan. He attended school in SRJK Chonghua, Kota Kinabalu, Sabah. Thereafter, Sekolah Menengah Tinggi Kota Kinabalu. Subsequently, she enrolled in the United Kingdom International Program in Kuala Lumpur and conferred the Bachelor of Law in August 2016. And then he completed the CLP in November 2019. She commenced pupillage with Mrs. Jayaratnam and Chong under the tutelage of Miss Adeline Yap B. Yin in Kuala Lumpur, and was admitted as advocate and solicitor in the High Court of Kuala Lumpur on January 2020. Thereafter, he commenced a pupillage and reading in chambers of Mrs. ECL and Associates under the tutelage of Miss Dayang Tiziana. My lord, she was granted the part exemption. Therefore, she only completed the pupillage for 6 months and completed in 22nd of November 2020. He has completed all the course organized by SLS. And also attended the advocacy training course. And then she is a good character and it can be confirmed by testimony of Michael Donny Akang and Judy Mark Kim Ling. My lord, she's not a bankrupt, not even subject to any criminal or disciplinary proceeding. And I believe that she is satisfied the condition of eligibility for admission as advocate of the High Court of Sabah and Sarawak in the state of Sabah. And therefore, we pray that the petitioner be enrolled as the advocate of the High Court of Sabah and Sarawak in Sabah.
Puan Dayangku Fasidah, any objection?
Papers are in order, my lord. No objections.
Mr. Roger Chin.
No objections, my lord.
Thank you, my lord.
The application by the petitioner to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate of the High Court of Sabah and Sarawak in the state of Sabah is allowed. And
Thank you very much.
The name of the petitioner to be entered on the roll of advocates pursuant to Section 6 of the Advocates Ordinance.
With permission, my lord, may the petitioner stand up and take a seat.
I, Analin, NRIC 920505125370, do solemnly promise to participate in Yayasan Bantuan Guaman program as and when required to do so, namely 20 YBGK cases in the first 12 months of practice.
The gowning ceremony shall now be performed. The petitioner will be gowned by Madam Viviana Laban.
With permission, the petitioner will be gowned by her mother, Flaviana Laban, together with her sister, Miss Alin. While the gowning ceremony, I would like to read the speech prepared by the petitioner. My Lord, your petitioner wishes to take this opportunity to express her utmost gratitude to her family members. She would like to thank her mother, Puan Flaviana Laban, for her unwavering support, love, care, and most importantly, prayers without which she would not have been able to achieve any of the milestones in her life. Your petitioner also would like to thank her siblings or sisters, Miss Arlene, who also an advocate in Sabah, and then Analin, who is a dentist in Kuala Lumpur, before they are being her confidant and source of inspirations.
Congratulations.
Thank
Ms.
you for the
Analin.
court's and my friends' attentions. Thank you very much.
Callback 18-14/2/2021. Perdana Meldora Anthony of Group Markers.
Okay.
Now with permission, my lord. Yes. May the petitioner
Felda Meldora Anthony, NRC number 94114126504, do solemnly promise to participate in Yayasan Bantuan Guaman Kebangsaan YBGK program as and when required to do so, namely 20 YBGK cases in the first 12 months of practice.
The gowning ceremony shall now be performed. The petitioner will be gowned by Miss Kimberly Edgar Anthony.
Agad delay na agambar na Daily Express. Congratulations. Congratulations. Okay, Alice.
Next, PKI 18-16/2/2021. Chai Pei San or Mrs. Lai and you.
May I please the court, with your court permission, may I proceed?
Yes, you may proceed.
My lord, my name is Wilson Lai Wai Shing. I'm appearing for the petitioner. The Deputy State Attorney General, Puan Dayangku Fasida Hatun Pangeran Bagu, is appearing for the State AG Chambers. And the President of SLS, Mr. Roger Chin Ken Fong, is appearing for the SLS. My lord, this is an application for the petitioner, Chai Pei Shan, to be admitted as an advocate of the High Court in Sabah and Sarawak in the state of Sabah. The papers have been served, and may I inquire if my learned friends have any objection to this application?
No objections, my lord.
No objections, my lord.
Okay, you may proceed, counsel.
Much obliged, my lord. My lord, if I may proceed to introduce the petitioner. The petitioner was born in Tawau in the state of Sabah on the 20th of May, 1996. She shall therefore be deemed to have a Sabah connections pursuant to the Advocate's Ordinance. My lord, the petitioner attended primary and secondary school in Kota Kinabalu, Sabah, and she completed her Bachelor of Laws at the Taylor's University and was conferred a degree of Bachelor of Laws on the 6th of October 2018. Subsequently, she completed the Certificate in Legal Practice examination and passed the CLP exam, and she has been awarded the Certificate in Legal Practice. My lord, the petitioner commenced her pupillage on the 13th of January last year by reading in my chambers and under my guidance and supervision. She has completed the 12 months pupillage as at the date of this hearing, my lord. During the course of her pupillage, she was guided and instructed on, among others, civil litigation and conveyancing matters. My lord, the petitioner has duly attended and completed all the advocacy training course, ethics course, as well as the legal aid scheme and duty counsel scheme organized by the SLS. The petitioner has not been disbarred, struck off, or suspended, or in any other manner is entitled to practice as an advocate or legal practitioner. The petitioner is not an undischarged bankrupt, and she is also not subject to any bankruptcy proceeding within the Commonwealth. My lord, given the above, my lord, the petitioner has satisfied all the conditions of eligibility for admission as an advocate of the High Court in Sabah and Sarawak in the state of Sabah. And I therefore humbly pray for an order in terms of this application.
Any objection?
No objections, my lord. Papers are in order.
Mr.
No objections, my lord.
Okay. To the application by the petitioner to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate of the High Court of Sabah and Sarawak in the state of Sabah is allowed, and the registrar shall cause the name of the petitioner to be entered on the roll of advocates pursuant to Section 6 of the Advocates Ordinance.
Much obliged, my lord.
With permission, my lord, may the petitioner stand up and take a plea.
I, Chai Pei Shan, NRIC number 960520126896, do solemnly promise to participate in Yayasan Bantuan Guaman Kebangsaan YBGK program as and when required to do so, namely 20 YBGK cases in the first 12 months of practice.
The gowning ceremony shall now be performed. The petitioner will be gowned by her parents, Mr. Chai Sun Loy and Madam Sun Kong Moy.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Last case, PKI 18-17/2/2021, Salah Tiong Jae Yun of Mrs. Lin Willie Wong and Chin.
Yes, Council, you may proceed with the application.
May it pleases your lordship, my name is Tilonia Chong. I'm appealing for the petitioner, Miss Sarah Tiong Jae Yun. This petition is praying the petitioner to be admitted and enroll as an advocate of the High Court in Sabah and Sarawak in the state of Sabah. My learned friend, Wan Tayangku Pachita, is appearing for the state AG. And my learned friend, Mr. Roger Chin,
Yes, Council, you may continue.
my lord, Miss Sarah Tiong Jae Yun is a Malaysian citizen of full age and was born in Kota Kinabalu on 11. Therefore, Sabah Connect defined under section and C of the state ordinance as set out in paragraph 2.1 of the amended guidelines for admission or call to the Sabah Bar.
Yes, Council, you may proceed.
My lord, sorry for the unstable internet connection. Sarah Tiong has also attended and completed her primary and secondary education at Kota Kinabalu, Sabah. She has obtained her SPM, Sijil Belajaran Malaysia, in the year of 2013. She commenced A-level in Institute Sinaran, Kota Kinabalu in January 2014 and graduated in June 2015. Thereafter, she enrolled in the United Kingdom Transfer Program and read law at Taylor's University, Kuala Lumpur for 1 year. And then she also attended University of Leeds, United Kingdom for another 2 years. She was conferred a degree of Bachelor of Law, LLB, with second-class honors, upper division from University of Leeds. She also attended and completed the Bar Professional Training course conducted by City University of London, United Kingdom. The course was a full-time vocational postgraduate course. She has satisfactorily participated in all the courses and passed all the training assessments and was conferred a postgraduate diploma in bar professional training on the 4th of November 2019. She is also a member of the Bar of England, having been admitted into the Honourable Society of Middle Temple on 22nd May 2018 and was duly called to the English Bar to the Bar of England and Wales on 28 November 2019. Upon her completion of her studies, she commenced her privilege on 17 February 2020 by reading in chambers of Messrs. Lin, Willie, Wong and Chin under her pupil master, Mr. Christopher Chong Ket Hyung, who is an advocate and solicitor in Sabah for a period of not less than 20 years. During her privilege in Messrs. Lin, Willie, Wong and Chin, she was mainly involved in civil litigation. As at 17 February 2021, she had read in chambers under the supervision of her pupil master for a period of not less than 12 months. Therefore, I humbly submit that Ms. Sarah Tiong has satisfied the requirement of Section 4, Sub 1A, Sub A of the Ordinance by completing her 12 months of privilege under the guidance, supervision, and instruction of her pupil master. She has attended to the advocacy training course organized by Sabah Law Society and Borneo Advocacy Training Center at Kota Kinabalu Court Complex on 22nd of February 2020 and 22nd and 23rd of February 2020. She has also duly participated in the Sabah Law Society Ethics, Practice and Professional Standards course, which was held on 10 September 2020 and 11th September 2020, and passed the test, which was held on 14 September 2020, as required and organized by the Sabah Law Society. Ms. Sarah Tiong has also attended and successfully completed 6 sessions of legal aid scheme and 12 sessions of the Duty Council scheme, both organized by the Sabah Law Society at Kota Kinabalu, and was awarded with a certificate of attendance issued by the Sabah Law Society. She has also obtained 2 recent testimonials of good character from 2 senior counsel in Kota Kinabalu, namely Mr. Dicky Lo Wei Siong and Ms. Chiu Sen. Both of the testimonials of good character dated 17 February 2021. As of to date, she has not been disbarred, struck off, suspended to practice as an advocate or legal practitioner within the Commonwealth countries. She is not subject to any present or pending disciplinary proceedings in connection with her practice as an advocate or legal practitioner. She has not been convicted in, and also she is not subject to any pending or present criminal proceedings involving dishonesty in any territory within the Commonwealth. Therefore, I really believe that she has satisfied the requirement under Section 4, Sub 2, Sub A of the Ordinance. Ms. Sarah also is not an undischarged bankrupt within the Commonwealth. In the circumstances, I humbly submit that Ms. Sarah Thong has satisfied the conditions of eligibility for admission as an advocate of the High Court in Sabah and Sarawak in the state of Sabah under Section 4 and 5 of the Ordinance. In the premises, I humbly pray that an order in terms of Ms. Sarah Thong's application that she will be admitted and enrolled as an advocate of the High Court in Sabah and Sarawak in the state of Sabah to be granted.
Any objection? Wan Dayangku.
No objections, my lord.
Mr. Roger Chin.
No objections, my lord.
Okay. The application by the petitioner to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate of the High Court of Sabah and Sarawak in the state of Sabah is allowed, and the registrar shall cause the name of the petitioner to be entered on the roll of advocates pursuant to Section 6 of the Advocates Ordinance.
Much obliged, my lord.
With permission, my lord, may the petitioner stand up and take her plea.
I, Sarah Thong Yun, NRIC No 961111125408, do solemnly promise to participate in Yayasan Bantuan Guaman Kebangsaan YBGK program as and required to do so, namely 20 YBGK cases in the first 12 months of practice.
The gowning ceremony shall now be performed. The petitioner will be gowned by her master, Miss Delonia Chong.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, my lord.
Wan Dayangku Fazida, representing the State Attorney General Chambers of Sabah. Mr. Roger Chin, representing Sabah Law Society, advocates, petitioners, and family members. I would like to begin by congratulating all of you on your admission this morning to the role of advocate of High Court of Sabah. The proceeding this morning have a special significance for the legal professions, as today's hearing is heard via Zoom application. It is unique on its own, departing from the normal tradition of call ceremony. The current COVID-19 pandemic has forced us to adapt to a new normal, whether we are ready or not. The judiciary has also deployed various measures and alternatives to safeguard the public's access to justice during this period. With the recent amendment to the Court of Judicature Act 1964, We will now see a permanent change as to how cases are being conducted at the time of pandemic. The practice of law is a great learning and a teaching life experience. Just like social changes, the law also changes with time. And at the time of crisis, as a lawyer, one should never stop learning. You must equip yourself with the latest development of the law, be aware of the court's practice direction, as well as circulars issued by the Sabah Law Society. You must always adhere to the rules on court etiquette, which, if followed, should start you on the right course to a successful career as an advocate. On that note, let me conclude by congratulating all of you on your admission to the Sabah Bar, and I wish every success in your chosen career. Thank you. The court is now adjourned.
Court adjourned.